Az, I play keyboards in the band.
My name's Tommy, I play the drums.
Hi, I'm Ruby, I sing.
I'm Chris, play the bass.
And this is Submotion Orchestra. Thanks guys for actually coming here. This is kicking off the tour tonight, I see, in Manchester, so big ups for that. We've been checking out the tunes, absolutely incredible tunes, I've got to say that. I've seen them from checked out Croatia last year as well. Absolutely way impressed with that. What gives you the idea to come up with these sort of theme, well, basically a theme now, isn't it?
Basically, like the band kind of started as a way of combining elements of dubstep and dub and drum and bass and things like that, like dance music, bass-driven dance music with kind of jazz and soul and stuff like that. So we wanted to find some kind of middle ground, you know. So the tunes we hope kind of incorporate both bits of that, like the kind of dance music if you want them to be, but it's kind of jazz if you want it to be, or whatever, you know, you can step back and just listen to it, you know.
So was the Art Council where it all kicked off in that 2009?
Well, kind of, like me and Dom, who's the producer and engineer for the band Ruxpin, right. He got asked through Rankin Records, which is the label that we used to be on, to do a project at the York Minster Cathedral, which was kind of quite a weird...
Which is the largest cathedral in Europe.
Yeah, like it was quite a weird thing to put on. It was like, I think it was York City Council. I don't think it was the Arts Council. I think it was York City Council.
Right, okay.
Wanted to put this thing on.
Regeneration.
Yeah, they had some new like youth scheme or something that they wanted to get Rankin Records basically involved in and do some big dubstep collaboration thing. Anyway, to cut a long story short, it was terrible. Like it was really bad. Like the performance was awful. Like the rehearsals were terrible. It was really, really basic. But it kind of got me and Dom thinking about, you know, yeah, like there was something there that kind of worked, you know. And so it was just it was a starting point. It was a catalyst, you know.
But you came up with the album, was it the same year as well, 2009? That's what's been quoted.
The album was last year.
Like it was 20
this year.
Well, released this year in June.
Recorded it last year, released this year.
Yeah. I think. It's been like, I think the band started in February 2008? No, 2009.
Going about 2.5 years.
It's been going about 2.5 years, but it took kind of 6 months, 8 months for us to kind of figure out what it was that we were trying to do, and kind of it was a big kind of scrambled journey to get to where we are now. But yeah, it's been good.
So was yourself, was you always there, Ruby? Was you always in the mix with her?
I got a Facebook message from Tommy actually. He was like, do you want to join a dubstep band? This time I had no clue what dubstep was, and I was like, you do know I'm a singer, not a rapper? And he was like, yeah, I know that. Like,
basically, I asked Ruby to be in the band without ever having heard her sing.
Right.
Like, it was just on reputation alone, and she's all right. She's okay.
Yeah, I think she'll do for you.
She'll do. She'll do.
I am for you.
We all met in Leeds, which is where we're based. Some of us studied at the College of Music, some of us were just random musicians from Leeds, so we all kind of played with each other in various things.
So you all kind of knew each other before you actually came as a group anyway?
Yeah, I mean, I think there were a couple of us who hadn't played with each other before, but generally we'd all done stuff with each other for a while, you know, for a fair amount of time in various kinds of music, various styles and things. So
would it be fair to say that you guys, from where you first started now to what you're actually doing now, it's been a massive journey in a short space of time?
Definitely. I think so the music that we're producing now is very different to the first.
Yeah, I mean, I think
jams,
partly
but you know,
because
I guess that happens with any band.
Also, yeah, it's learning how to create the music, like to fit the genre as well, like and learning, because I don't know, for me I had to learn how to do all the synth lines and do all the kind of the dubstep bass and how to create it. It's basically put in like live production techniques, you know what I mean, to basically to play them live basically.
Yeah,
it's quite like, so we've all kind of like learned how to play our instruments in a slightly different way, which obviously creates, you know, different kind of sound.
No, never will the sun go down on us. No, never will I hold you tender touch.
When you're playing live, a lot of people, I've played with live bands myself, and it is very much scripted. We used to do 12-hour music rehearsals, it had to be on beat, we had people like that sat there, but you don't see that with you guys, it's a lot more fluid.
Yeah, it's supposed to have that element of jazz in it. Not, I mean, there's bits of improvisation. I'd say it's more kind of a kind of conversational approach to the writing and the playing. You know, it's kind of there are bits of improvisation, but it's more that it's a question of playing as one as opposed to like 6, 7 different musicians. You know what I mean? It's that kind of like the best bits of jazz are when you have 3, 4, 5, 6 different people all doing different things, but it's completely locked and they're just having this little musical conversation, and that's the kind of idea of this. So like it is quite structured, and like every tune we kind of know where we're going, and there's various sort of signposts along the way. Do you know what I'm saying? But like you can get to those signposts in different ways, and it is different every time. You know, some tunes more than others, but it is.
Because I see you also play like acoustic sets as well, which is kind of unique, especially in dubstep. You know, you also don't expect that. So is that the kind of element that you really angled for and you really honed in on? So that, you know, you can really people can tune into something totally different with dubstep.
You don't get the proper sense of the band from the acoustics. It's often when we've been in radio studios where they say you only need 4 people, so we've kind of stripped it down. But Submotion is Fatty and Tommy and Dom. Do you know what I mean? It's everybody together.
Yeah, but I'm also trying to like a different element to Submotion Orchestra as well. It's not just tunnel vision, a band, and you can do different things at any sort of given time. And that is really unique, not just in the band, but as an act as well. Because you don't find that a lot of people do. They've got structures and they've got the way that they want to go about it, and that's all they ever do. But that's what I really liked about you guys as well. Every time I watched it on YouTube, it seems to be like some sort of new element there that I didn't catch before. And even like trying to find the tunes, the same tunes, like listening to it, why is that different?
It's just loads of mistakes, dude. That's all it is.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
So let's bring it to what I know this is Manchester now. You're starting off the tour now. Where are you leading from here?
In my hometown, Huddersfield.
Nice.
On Wednesday. And then
But you got the whole month.
Yeah, we've
We
got
have
a
one
month,
month,
3 weeks in the UK. We've got a week in Europe after that. More European dates end in November. So it's just getting in, just cramming them all in.
One thing I needed to ask you actually is about the album that you brought out. Have you found that now people now know your name, you're selling a lot more, or people recognise you a lot more? I suppose is a better way of saying it.
Yeah, it's getting there. I mean, I think we did our first tour in March this year, and we were really worried before we went out on tour because like no one knew who we were, and like we were expecting the shows to flop. It was a bit of a make or break tour, to be honest, in a lot of ways. And but like I think 10 out of the 13 shows sold out, and they were all wicked shows. So that kind of took us from here to here. We were like buzzing after that, and like I think on the back of that, and probably on the back of this festival season as well, because we've done like 25 odd festivals this year. Like the band's certainly sort of grown a lot and
the album's coming
developed
out
a lot.
in June as well.
Yeah,
It's been released in Japan and Poland, and so we've been getting a lot of
feedback.
Yeah, lots of feedback from Facebook and Twitter.
It stayed steady, it wasn't like it kind of peaked and has dropped off. Like it's, it keeps building, which is
because all of you have got musical backgrounds anyway, very much so. So that there's always you can incorporate that with regardless of where you've been. You know what I mean? You can take that regardless.
Yeah, that's it. And I mean, I think the main thing about it is that we're all pretty. Well, we like to think of ourselves as being pretty open-minded when it comes to, so nothing's off the menu, nothing's just kind of dismissed.
I think that's right, and I think it's the sort of band where, I mean, we've played so many different sorts of venues before. We've played jazz venues, club nights, like music nights like this, whatever, dubstep nights, raves, and it kind of works in any venue. And I think also it's a really it's a band that can be placed in any sort of situation and work, and also a band that we can kind of slip between lots of different genres and it works equally well. So like,
yeah, of course.
We could quite happily become far jazzier. Do you know what I mean? More cinematic orchestra, more that kind of vibe, and still retain like the Submotion sound or whatever. But it could go that way. Equally, we could go much grimier, much darker, which Fatty would love.
I was just looking at there. It's the secrets there that starts off really jazzy and it goes into a dub track, complete dub. Wow. And that is really refreshing, especially with listening to music, because it's all very much, it's got to sound like this, and that basically will be pigeonholed there, and that's it. Everybody knows what to expect, but listening to your track, you never know what to expect when listening to your track.
That came from like the jams. We used to jam a lot in basements, and the Secrets track, how that formed was literally from playing the groove a little bit, and then all of a sudden we're just like switch. Because me and Tommy could easily look at each other and just be like, you know, steppers or ragga, do you know what I mean? And we could easily just put something, you can easily form tunes and change them quite easily, which is quite a good thing when you're trying to figure out tunes.
I think that's probably like also one of the reasons that the band is so sort of interchangeable and has like these different kind of characteristics and different sounds, is because I think between the first 20 and 30 gigs we did were completely improvised pretty much. Right. Like we were just jamming, we played at this bar in Leeds called Hookers, and we'd just go down there every Monday night and just piss around basically, just play and see what happens. And like Ruby would come down sometimes and sing, other times she wouldn't. We'd sometimes get other instrumentalists to come along, and it just started as a jam really, and just playing around. Basically it was kind of, the vibe was anything at 140 goes. So you know what I mean, dubstep's at 140, so it's just a question of like, let's play at 140 and see how far removed from dubstep we can get. Well, it's still going to be dubstep, it's still 140, it's still halftime, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, you've definitely pulled that off, but like I said before, you know, the way that you've just gelled everything together. And the vocals as well is absolutely incredible, the vocals as well. It reminds me of some tracks remind me like Sade or like Dina Carroll or something like that. You know, I mean, they really do, you know, I mean, really soulful vocals. Who writes the songs?
I write most of it.
And so what's your motivation behind most of these songs?
They're all pretty personal, to be fair. Like it's all either kind of about a specific event or a
ex-girlfriend.
I'm
thinking about his
girlfriend or whatever. You know, it's all real stuff. So like, to me, like music is pretty pointless if it's just plucked out of the air for some reason. You know,
it kind of have a message.
There has to be something behind it, and I think the best tracks on the album are the ones that are kind of the realest, the most honest, you know. And I think the second album that we're kind of in the process of putting together is taking that a step further anyway as well.
When can we expect that second album?
Soon as really, we're trying to
definitely next
do
year,
it soon, yeah, pretty early next year, but mid kind of.
It's got to be, I reckon we can.
We want to keep the ball rolling, really.
Yeah, got to deliver it by January.
Right.
So and then it depends from then.
We're busy writing though. We've been over the summer. We've like booked out week-long practices either in London or Leeds, where we've been just writing songs and jamming.
So what can we expect from Submotion Orchestra in 2011, 2012? I know we're expecting the album, but like any videos, anything?
Yeah. We're working on a video currently, which is all I say is it's featuring a load of dancers. So watch out for that.
I was read a few of the comments on YouTube, and everyone's now expecting like more videos.
Yeah, we'd love to get more onto that. More visual
a lot of people are really looking forward to your new material as well. But, you know, it's surprising how many people have really been digging you guys for so long. You know,
that's amazing.
7 months, a year. You know, so that's really definitely something to look forward to.
Definitely. Yeah. Just hopefully more gigs, more bigger gigs. Hopefully, we have been doing some little venues, haven't we? Little venues are cool, but yeah, some bigger ones would be nice. This is good.
Well, Rick's here. This one's really good.
Nice, man.
I'm really impressed with you.
Do you know sound visuals as well?
Well, if there's anything like you want to tell the guys there, you know, any like your MySpaces or your Facebooks or anything like that.
So go and check out the website. It's www.submotion.co.uk, and we'll be obviously touring for October, and then we're out in Europe in January and February, I think, and then we'll probably do another UK tour in March. Then festival season next summer. So
it's all rolling.
Thank you for your support as well. It's very great.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, cheers guys. Nice.
My finest
Electron TV.